This is the G.I.Joe Classified Series Kim Jinx Arashikage, a figure that I was so looking forward to getting. I had the original O-ring figure growing up as a kid. I loved this character when I saw her in the G.I.Joe movie. Now, I picked up this figure from Amazon.com. I'll post the link at the description. Let's get her out of packaging. And here is Jinx out of the box, and holy heck, guys, this is an amazing figure. And I say that to a lot of figures, but this one's really, really cool. I couldn't stop posing this figure. 12 inches, a more updated look. It makes her look so badass. The details of this figure is just gorgeous. I didn't think they could make it any more interesting. The way I remember Jinx was just all red, like a red ninja. And I love the spin. I love their new take on this character. We'll talk more about the details and what I think they're going to do when they re-release this for the retro carded. This figure is just gorgeous. Let's take a closer look at this figure.
Why aren't you dueling Lieutenant Falcon?
He didn't show.
I heard you're one bad luck lady. Your eyes, keep them open.
But
Mouth closed, eyes open. Pathetic. Don't bother to unpack. You ain't staying here long.
Care to try it again? My way? As my blind ninja master used to say. The keenest eye, that which looks inward. Yay! See what I mean?
Head to toe, the figure stands at about 15.5 centimeters tall, or about 6 1/8 inches tall. For comparisons, here she is with the rest of Clan Arashikage. We've got Snake Eyes and the retro carded Storm Shadow. The figure comes with several accessories. Let's begin with this head sculpt because she's blindfolded. If you're very familiar with this character, you will know that she was trained by the Blind Master. That head sculpt looks pretty good, and the blindfold does come off and reveals a very, very pretty head sculpt. Now, I was about to hate on this figure because I could not for the life of me get the blindfold over her hair sculpt, and I was like, what? Why are they doing this? They already did a perfectly good goggles for General Hawk. Why have they gone back to this? And I realized the way to put the blindfold in is you remove the head and you slip it underneath the bottom of the head sculpt like that, and that's the way to do it. And I was about to hate on this figure if I didn't figure that one out. She also comes with an alternate head. This is the one with the ninja mask, the covered up head sculpt. Very, very cool looking head sculpt. Both head sculpts look amazing. The eyes though look different. The one in the mask, they seem bigger and farther apart from each other. The unmasked version does feel like the eyes are a little bit more narrow. It's a little surprising. I would have thought they would have measured this properly, but still very, very pretty looking head sculpts. Now, if there's one thing I want to comment about this figure, the figure is almost perfect. It's this ninja head sculpt, and if you remember back in the old G.I.Joe movie, she always took off her cowl, her hood, her mask. She always took it off, and it was a very loose kind of mask, and you would see the edges and the fringes of the mask just underneath her chin. And with this head sculpt, it feels like the mask, I don't know, it feels like it's just wrapped so tightly around her head that I don't know if she could barely breathe, and there's an empty gap space right there. You don't really know where the mask goes or where it ends. It's left to your imagination that it's wrapped perfectly tight around her head, and this is where she ties a knot for it. Yeah, okay, it's a modern take on the figure, I get it, but you know, I would kill for soft goods mask, a soft goods mask that you would just put on top of the head sculpt, and that would be really cool, but that would be bordering on Mafex and Hot Toys or something. So this is the next best thing that Hasbro thought of, and okay, but that is a minor complaint, but I did notice that. She's got a choker on her neck. It's also a separate piece. You've got some detail, some design on her gi. Is that I think it's a dragon design. And on her right arm, you get design for her tattoos. Very, very nice. I had no idea she had tattoos. Probably didn't read the comic books enough, but because in the old show she had sleeves. And she didn't have these wrappings. It was bare. Her hands weren't clothed or anything. They weren't wrapped or anything like that. But I do love that she's got these wrappings. She's got a belt. This lower part of the tunic, I believe, is a separate piece that's attached to the waist. And then you've got some more detail, some striping detail on the side of her uniform or her gi, and then some wrappings, some straps on the boots, and you get some black paint right there. Let's talk about her weapon. She's got a naginata. It's like a bow staff with some sharp edges, or these are like blades that are ornately designed. She just goes slash and stab. And then she's got the usual sword, which we've gotten from Snake Eyes and a bunch of other ninja figures. Instead of a backpack, just plug the scabbard or the sheath, and out pops the sword. I do like the fact that the sword is made of a little bit stiffer plastic than usual. Usually it'd be soft and bendy, but I do like it. It's a little bit more firm, so be careful with that. You can poke an eye out. And then she comes with an extra pair of hands. She's packaged with the punching hands, and the extra hands are actually the gripping hands. As far as paint apps go, absolutely amazing. They're immaculate paint apps. They're as good as Star Wars Black Series figures. Let's talk about articulation. The neck is on a triple ball joint here, ball joint middle, and a ball joint at the base of the neck. You got a ball jointed midsection. You got a ball jointed waist section. She's got butterfly hinge joints. Shoulders can go in and out, forward and backward 360s. She's got bicep swivel, pinless double hinged elbows. Wrists, this one goes up and down, as well as this one. So do the fists, they swivel. Drop down ball jointed hips. It's got a thigh swivel, pinless double hinged knees, calf swivel. Ankles go up and down and have the rocker tilt. Now, if you're wondering what the old Jinx figure looked like back in the 80s, this was a 3.75 inch O-ring figure. I had this exact same figure. She had this really huge backpack with the annoying swords that never really stayed in place. You invert the figure and the swords would just slide out. But she did have two swords, shorter than your normal katanas. She has the naginata all in silver, and you look at that, she's wearing ballet shoes and long sleeved gi. Now I'm guessing once they re-release the retro carded figure, it's going to be the same mold but with the sleeves, with the bare hands, and they're going to repaint those black bits right there into flesh tone, and they're gonna keep it with the masked head and no alternate head. They're probably going to give it a huge backpack and two swords. Now, here's my thing about this retro card. If Hasbro is planning on doing this, my suggestion is, if you're watching this video, please do not release a Jinx figure exactly like this. It's going to be I tell you, I kid you not, it's going to be a peg warmer just like Lady J. You've got to give it more. My suggestion is you can go ahead and do this, the same action figure look with the sleeves. You're gonna do the ballet shoes, painted flesh, sure. You're probably gonna paint the neck and have a closed gi. That's fine, but you gotta put all the accessories with this figure. You gotta give her two katanas. You gotta remold that backpack, make it more tactical. You put a grappling hook or something. Give her two size. The naginata, fine, you can give her that. Probably gonna be painted all silver. You can give her a grappling hook with a little bit of a string. If you're not going to give her an extra head sculpt, that's probably the only reason that people are going to buy the retro carded, because of the extra accessories. But for the figure itself, personally, I don't want to get this figure in 6-inch. I am very, very happy with what they did with this one, and this is going to be my Jinx moving forward on my Classified Series collection. And so some final thoughts on this G.I. Joe Classified Series Jinx. Need I say more? The figure just blew me away. I didn't expect it to be this amazing. This figure will easily get a 10 out of 10 rating for me. I absolutely enjoyed this figure. My only little minor complaint is the head sculpt. I wish they could have done a more accurate head sculpt with the fringes of the hood being molded underneath her chin, but I guess they were trying to go for a more modern look on the masked head, so okay. But I'm pretty sure this is going to be my Jinx figure. I don't think I will need to purchase that retro carded version, because I'm pretty sure they're going to release one. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this G.I. Joe Classified Series Kim Jinx Arashikage. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews, and if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.